if you were just starting nursing school or you're already in the thick of it and you're needing a little bit of help, then guys and girlies, this video is for you. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Charlotte. I'm a registered nurse and a graduate from AUT, and today I'm really excited because I'm going to be sharing with you all of my top nursing resources, every resource and app that I use to help me survive and thrive through nursing school. This video was requested by Mr. Sarah Loves You, and if you have any videos that you want me to make or are interested in me filming, then just add it into the comments and I will try and add it to my filming schedule. Before we get into everything, don't forget to like, subscribe, do all of that good stuff, but for now, let's just dive right in. So I've split everything into sections just so that it's really easy to go through. So I'm just going to go through all of the YouTube channels that I have used in the past 3 years of nursing school, which has really helped me in studying and revising. And the first one that I have used so many times is Registered Nurse RN. She is an American nurse and her channel is just educational videos which revises topics and nursing skills in great detail. She's a really good teacher. She has a whiteboard where she shows you things visually and she's just really good at explaining everything. She also has a website which has all of her videos on it, and it also has other resources like practice exams and quizzes, so I would really recommend checking her out. The other channel that I love using and I have used a lot is Simple Nursing, which is another American based channel. He makes shorter videos up to about 15 minutes long. He has some practice questions throughout them, and he's really good at making nursing mnemonics. Don't know how to say that word, but he is really into mnemonics and he does little songs and stuff as well to help you remember things. So he's also a channel that I would really recommend checking out. I also really like Osmosis from Elsevier. So Elsevier is a publishing company, I believe, and they do a lot of medical textbooks, and Osmosis is their medical YouTube channel. So you can be sure that all of the information you're getting from them is high yield, very valuable, and very accurate. They make a variety of content. They have medical school videos as well as nursing videos, and they do little animations in their videos. So different style of learning, a different style of video, and one that I would really recommend, especially for their pathophysiology modules. During my second year exams, I used a channel called Ninja Nerd, which is a medical school channel. I used his videos a lot because he makes really long videos. They're like half an hour to an hour long, sometimes an hour and a half, but he goes over content super in depth because they're for medical school. So he goes over all of the pathophysiology, symptoms, medications, factors to consider, age ranges. Like, he's just really good. They also have nursing videos as well, but I really like his channel because even though it is a medical school channel, I feel like all of the videos are helpful also for nursing school. I just feel like he explains everything really well and he goes super in depth into everything, and especially if you're studying for an exam and you want to give a really good A+ answer, his videos are the perfect videos to use. Really, if you're using his videos, you don't really need to go onto any other channel or resource because he will go through literally everything. It's like a one-stop shop for exams and revision. So I would really recommend Ninja Nerd for pharmacology and pathophysiology. Not so much nursing skill. You know, if you're looking for practical skills, I wouldn't go to his channel, but if you're looking for revision resources and study resources about pathophysiology, physiology, and pharmacology, then his is the channel to definitely go to. Another really good channel that is similar to Simple Nursing, and again it's just to reinforce information, to revise and to study, is Level Up RN. She is also an American nurse and her videos are really good because they're roughly about 5 to 10 minutes long, and she has little practice exams at the end of each video for you to quickly just do. They don't take a lot of time at all, and she also explains things really well. They have a storefront where they also sell flashcards and study resources, so if you're looking more for worksheets or flashcards that you can physically use instead of, you know, online resources, then I would recommend them as well for that. So that's the other channel that I like using. And then the next channels are channels that I have used briefly, but I found really helpful in understanding specific concepts or things that I was confused about. So Institute of Human Anatomy is a really good YouTube channel to encourage curiosity. It talks about all kinds of medical phenomena and conditions, and I just find that if I'm in a bit of a slump, watching one of their videos is a really good way to get me interested again in nursing or medicine and healthcare. So I use Institute of Human Anatomy just to kind of learn something new and just again encourage curiosity. Khan Academy Medicine is also a really good YouTube channel to use if you're looking for revision and study topics. It's kind of similar to Osmosis from Elsevier, where they have infographics instead of a person teaching you. Khan Academy, he has his little online whiteboard and he does voiceover and everything and explains pharmacology, pathophysiology, physiology, and he's really good at explaining things as well. Crash Course is a YouTube channel which is educational. They have lots of different courses, educational courses, everything from writing to science to maths, and one of the things that they do really well is they have an anatomy playlist which has got, I don't know, maybe like 20 different videos in it. It's really good. So if you're in your first year and you are just starting off with learning about anatomy and physiology, I would really recommend going to the Crash Course videos because they explain things in a way that's easy to understand and that's also fun and interesting, and it's just a really good introduction into nursing skills. So the other channel that I have used occasionally is Nexus Nursing. She's a really good teacher and she just goes over everything nursing, pharmacology, pathophysiology. So if you're finding that some of the other channels that I've recommended, they're just not for you, then you could try Nexus Nursing because again, she explains things really well and she does it a little bit differently from the other channels that I've mentioned. Geeky Medics is another channel that I have used mainly for when I was in my first year and I was preparing for my OSCE examination. If you don't know what the OSCE is, it's a practical exam which medical and nursing students do that based on different things depending on what you're learning. So in my first year I had an OSCE for vital signs and CPR. When I was practicing and revising for that and trying to figure out how I was going to do it, the Geeky Medics videos were really helpful. That's a channel that I would recommend if you're preparing for a practical exam. They also have a website which I will talk about a bit later. And finally, I also watch a lot of Faye Bates videos. Faye is a doctor now. I've been watching her since she was a medical student and she posts so many different kinds of videos. She posts days in the life, she posts really helpful how to study videos, productivity videos. If you're looking for how to study and tips and tricks on how to stay organized and get on track, then Faye is the channel for you, Faye Bate. So go check her out as well. So those are all of the main YouTube channels that I have used over the 3 years of me being at nursing school, and the next thing that I wanted to talk about were specific study apps. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you'll know how much I love and go on about luKremBo. It is the main nursing school resource that I have used over the 3 years that I have been at nursing school, and it is the singular resource that I would really recommend you invest in, and I have found has really helped me. So I have made 2 videos about luKremBo, so you can go check them out. In short, it is an online website and it has short little lectures on so many different nursing school and medical topics. They have practical skills like how to take vital signs, how to change catheters, all the hands-on nursing skills that you'll need. And they also have pharmacology, they have physiology and pathophysiology videos, they have community nursing, mental health nursing videos, they have NCLEX walkthrough videos. They have so many different kinds of videos and they're all very extensive and well explained. I love luKremBo so much. I could talk about them all day. On top of that, they also have practice exams, they have spaced repetition, they have exam pathways, they have cheat sheets, they have so many things on this one website. You can get the free version or you can subscribe, which is what I did. That is the thing that I use the most and the thing that I find the most helpful. So definitely if you are studying nursing school or in the thick of it as well and you're looking for a really good nursing school resource, check out the free account first and just kind of see if it's something that you're interested in, something that works for you. Honestly, if you find that it works for you, just go ahead and subscribe to it, because it honestly has been invaluable in building my confidence and keeping me on top of my studying. So like Cheerio is the main one that I use, and then after that I also have Anki, which is a spaced repetition flashcard app which you can get on your phone, you can get it on desktop. I have it on my laptop, and you just make your own flashcards. I get a lot of people asking me to share my flashcards publicly, and I've been trying to do this for like two years. I'm really bad with technology. I thought I had managed to do it, but I don't think it worked, so I'll keep trying. But until then, you can still just download the app and you can make your own. I'll be talking a bit more about Anki a little bit later in the video for another section, just in terms of revision and studying. Anki is excellent and scientifically sound as well. The other thing that I have used quite a lot, especially mainly when studying for my states exam, was Nurse Labs. They have free practice exams. They're about 40 questions, 30 to 40 questions each. They have so many different practice exams on the website, and they also have drug calculation questions and exams. So if you are wanting to practice exam taking, especially multiple choice exams, or you're studying for something like the States, then I would recommend using Nurse Labs, just because it's very comprehensive and there is a lot of resources available. Study apps also, I mentioned before, Geeky Medics, the YouTube channel, also has a website. So they have the videos, but they also have like written blog posts if you're more of a person who learns by reading. So it's kind of like the transcripts of the videos, but they also go a little bit more in depth into everything. And finally, for study apps, if you are in New Zealand specifically, there is an app called Aki. I don't know if I've pronounced it right, and if I haven't pronounced it right, I'm really sorry. Aki is a app, and it is a cultural safety app specific for New Zealand. In order for us to be competent and culturally safe nurses, we need to have an understanding about some of the aspects of Māori culture that is important, especially regarding healthcare. And Aki really goes really in depth into this, and it talks about cultural safety and different cultural practices that you should be aware of, and also has little bite-sized things that you can use in your own practice. The next section is note-taking. So for note-taking in my second year and a little bit in my third year, I used Notion, which is a really popular app that a lot of people like using. It allows you to organize pages and write notes online. It just is a really good way to keep everything organized. You can make pages and sub-pages, and it just helps you, as I say, organize everything into the different topics that you want. The way that I used it when I did use it was I would have a page for the overall paper, and then I would make sub-pages depending on the lecture or topic we were going over. Notion I used a little bit for note-taking, and then Anki I bring it up again because in my third year, especially towards the end of my third year, I would use that to write my notes instead of Notion, because I could frame the information as questions and then use that to test myself. So Anki, not only good for revision, but also good for note-taking in nursing school. So next topic is, or next section is citations and references. So if you are at uni or nursing school, you are going to be writing essays and doing assessments, and because you are at uni, you do need to not plagiarize and reference everything properly. Look at your university's referencing guide for AUT. If you look it up on the AUT library, it will come up with the full and comprehensive referencing guide, which I found invaluable throughout nursing school. I'm not too sure if it's public access, but if it is public access, then just Google AUT library APA 7th referencing guide, and it will come up with a really comprehensive and beautiful list on how to cite things in your essays. I use that all the time, like every single essay I ever wrote, I would use that. And the other thing I used is a website called MyBib, and you put in the URL into the little engine thing, and it will find the resource that you're talking about and automatically make it into a reference depending on which citation you're using. I would just double check that it's got all the information, because sometimes it can't find the volume number or the issue, or you know, it'll make the page ranges a bit weird, but it's just a bit of a time saver if you don't want to do everything manually. MyBib is also something that I used for every single essay and assignment that I ever did at uni, just because it was really convenient, accessible, it's free, and all you have to do is just double check that it's all correct after you've made the citation, and it's super easy. The next section is timers and focus techniques. So the main timers that I use are Forest app and also Focus Dog. Forest, you set a timer and you grow a little tree, and at the end of the timer it adds a tree to your garden, and if you break the timer by going out of the app, or you know, you don't complete the full timer, then the tree dies and you have an ugly little tree in your garden. So it's very motivating, and Focus Dog also works by motivating you because your timer earns you donuts, which you then get to feed to your little dog. Really recommend fun little apps like that because it keeps you focused, and it's also just a cute little way to kind of get into the study groove. So, and finally, and I wanted to include this because nursing school, if you want to thrive and survive in it, it's not all about having the best resource in order to study and get the best grades. You also have to look after yourself. So the way that I did this is I had 3 main resources for this. The first one is an app called Smiling Minds. It's a meditation and mindfulness app which is free. I would really recommend it. I've been using it for years, since high school, and I found since using it, I find myself in a stressful or uncomfortable situation, I do find myself actively using techniques that I have learned from Smiling Minds. So it does work, it is effective, and you know, it's nice just to be able to like give yourself a moment just to sit down for a couple of minutes and just not do anything and just, you know, focus on your breathing. And it just, if you keep using it long term, you do find yourself feeling less stressed in stressful situations. So Smiling Minds I would really recommend because it's free. The next thing I found really helpful is doing yoga and stretching. Again, I've been doing this since high school, and I find a huge difference in my mental health and also my physical health when I am regularly stretching and doing yoga. So the channel that I use on YouTube is Yoga with Adrienne. She's really sweet and she's very, very talented. She is so encouraging, and her whole shtick is that, you know, this is yoga, but you do what is best for you. So if you find that you're uncomfortable in a position or a move, then you can alter things or do something completely different. And as long as you're on the mat and taking the time for yourself just to look after yourself a bit, that's all that matters. She is such a good instructor and I love her so much, and I love her channel and the community. I just find that mental health aside, the physical benefits from doing a little bit of exercise every day, and especially yoga and stretching, my back doesn't hurt so much. I'm able to get through longer shifts on placement and stuff, and it's just really beneficial to just take half an hour for yourself just to exercise and stretch. So Yoga with Adrienne, I really, really recommend that you check out. And the final resource I use is an app called I Am. This is really good because in nursing school you can have a lot of self-doubt and insecurities coming up because it is really stressful. It can be very challenging, and sometimes you end up in a competitive nature against yourself, which is not conducive to being happy and positive and stress-free and confident within yourself. So the app I Am, what it does is it sends you little notifications on your phone with little affirmations. So it will say things like, I am smart, I am competent, I am where I'm meant to be, and it just gives you little encouraging notifications throughout the day, and you can pick how often you want to see them. If you don't like a particular notification you got, you can change it, you can look through them and stuff. I use that because it's just really nice to surround yourself in a positive environment, and I do feel like, especially nowadays, our phones and online is definitely part of our environment. So making our phones a positive space which encourages and supports us and encourages us to be kind to ourselves is really, really important, especially when you're in a degree or field like nursing. I Am is something that I would really, really recommend just to, you know, give yourself a little pat on the back and a little bolstering. So that was pretty much every single nursing school app and resource I have ever used in the years that I did my bachelor's degree. So I really hope that it was helpful to you guys. And if you guys have a nursing school resource or an app that you have been using that I haven't mentioned and that you find really helpful, please do go ahead and share it in the comments, because you know, sharing is caring and we're here to help each other and lift each other up. And I just think that sharing our resources instead of gatekeeping them is really the way to go. So this video is all about my resources that I've used, but I also made a video about how to study in nursing school, like a complete guide from start to finish, how to study and get through nursing school. So I would really recommend you check that out. It's quite comprehensive and I go through different resources that you can use, different ways that you can study, scientifically backed ways that you can study, how to make studying fun, tips and tricks. So I would definitely check that video out as well if you're interested in a little bit of advice on how to actually sit down and do the work. Anyway, that was today's video. Again, a big shout out to Mr. Sarah Loves You for requesting this video. And again, if you have a video that you want me to make, you can just pop it in the comments and I will try and add it to my filming schedule. Before you go, don't forget to like, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. But for now, I hope you have a lovely day and a fabulous week. Bye!
It's rated X. That means you're extra.